her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at.
Breaking. Imagine waking up one day to find out the person who was supposed to protect you, feed you, love you, actually sold you. Yeah, you heard that right. Sold. Her own daughter. And get this, she got paid millions to keep quiet while her child disappeared into a nightmare. How does a family go from Sunday dinners to secret cash deals behind closed doors? Who even does that? And the bigger question, how did nobody notice until the feds dropped the bombshell? We're talking a story so wild it sounds like a mix between a crime thriller and a messed up reality show. A teenage runaway, a rising star, secret tattoos, fake IDs, and a mother allegedly cashing in while her daughter's life spirals out of control. Is this just shocking negligence or a full-blown calculated scheme? Today, we're diving deep into the twisted saga of Celeste Rivas, her famous boyfriend, and the shocking allegations surrounding her own family. Buckle up, because what comes next is going to make your jaw hit the floor. This isn't just a story about a missing teen. It's about money, power, betrayal, and a family that might have sold their child for profit. So stay tuned, because the truth behind this horror show is going to leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about family, fame, and greed. Celeste Rivas was a 15-year-old girl trapped in a home that should have been her safe space, but instead became the starting point of one of the most shocking allegations in recent memory. Reports suggest that her mother, the very person meant to protect her, may have been involved in a scheme that put money above her daughter's life. Allegedly, millions were exchanged to keep quiet about where Celeste was and who she was with, turning what should have been a household tragedy into a scandal that sounds more like a crime thriller than real life. Celeste's life had been unstable for months, with police called to her Lake Elsinore home 11 times in just over a year. On one particularly alarming day, authorities responded to 3 separate incidents, all pointing to a home in constant turmoil. While most outsiders might have thought these were minor disturbances, the frequency and intensity of the calls reveal a deeper, more disturbing pattern of neglect and chaos. At school, teachers remembered her as a bright girl who had made a connection with David, a rising rapper from Los Angeles, through social media. One teacher recounted that David had come to pick Celeste up, leading her to run away for an entire month before being found by police in Hollywood. This was not a one-time incident. It was part of a disturbing pattern of escape and secretive movement, highlighting a girl desperate to flee her home environment. Neighbors and friends later reported seeing Celeste frequently with David, and while some assumed it was just teenage rebellion, others sensed something darker. Fake identification documents allegedly allowed Celeste to live as an adult in public spaces, facilitating her hidden life with David while avoiding scrutiny. The secrecy extended into symbolic gestures, such as matching tattoos, which reportedly represented their bond and further concealed the true nature of the relationship. Public reactions have been intense, with online forums and social media buzzing with outrage and disbelief. Comments ranged from shock over parental complicity to condemnation of the apparent financial motivations that may have guided the mother's actions. Allegedly, payments from David or his associates to Celeste's family could explain the lack of urgency during her disappearance and the quiet response from relatives while she remained missing. While some people argue that families make mistakes, the combination of repeated runaway incidents, alleged hush money, and suspicious silence paints a disturbing picture of a household where financial gain may have been valued over the safety of a child. Financial records and anonymous sources hint at unexplained deposits and transactions coinciding with critical events in Celeste's disappearance, raising further questions about what was really happening behind closed doors. The discovery of her body in a vehicle registered to David months later shocked the community and authorities alike, highlighting a tragic end to a story that was ignored, overlooked, or possibly manipulated from the start. All of these elements together, the frequent police calls, the social media connections, the fake IDs, the alleged payments, the family silence, and the eerie tattoos, create a narrative that is both horrifying and sensational. A real-life story of betrayal and tragedy that leaves the public grappling with how such events could unfold. While so many adults in Celeste's life allegedly looked the other way, allegations suggest that hush money in the form of large sums was funneled to the family, providing them with luxury goods and unexplained deposits at the same time that Celeste was living a hidden life with David. A rising star whose celebrity status added layers of complexity to the case. Neighbors recalled seeing Celeste frequently with David and noted that despite obvious signs of a questionable relationship, The family remained quiet and unresponsive, further fueling suspicions that money or influence had played a role in their inaction. Reports of lavish spending, including designer clothes, trips, and high-end purchases coinciding with the timeline of Celeste's disappearance, suggested a level of indulgence inconsistent with genuine parental concern and raised questions about what the family might have prioritized over their daughter's well-being. Public outrage quickly grew as discussions circulated online, with commenters questioning how anyone could allow a minor to live in secrecy with an adult while allegedly benefiting financially. One anonymous online source claimed that the family had warned friends to stay silent and keep appearances normal, while others suggested that members of the household may have been complicit in hiding Celeste's movements, creating a disturbing culture of secrecy and deceit that went unnoticed for months. The alleged use of fake identification allowed Celeste to navigate public spaces undetected, enabling her to live a double life as an adult in the eyes of society.
Basically, yeah.
But you saying expecting it, meaning like you get into a friendship expecting it to end in a devastating, tragic, sad way so it can inspire art, but are you manifesting that in a certain
I
degree?
don't know. I hope.
While remaining under the radar of law enforcement and school authorities. The relationship between Celeste and David, symbolized by matching tattoos, further highlighted the covert nature of the arrangement and the careful orchestration required to maintain secrecy. Authorities and the public were left questioning how such a situation could persist without intervention, and speculation about financial incentives created an unsettling backdrop to the already tragic events. When Celeste's body was ultimately discovered in a vehicle registered to David, the community was forced to confront the horrifying reality that her disappearance had been prolonged, hidden, and potentially exploited for monetary gain. The delayed discovery and decomposition of her remains underscored the failures of those who were supposed to protect her, while raising chilling possibilities about the level of planning, manipulation, and intentional negligence involved. Every new revelation painted a picture of a household and a network of adults who may have prioritized wealth and appearances over a vulnerable teenage girl, creating a scenario that felt almost surreal in its cruelty and calculated nature. From repeated police interventions to the strange calm surrounding her final disappearance, from the secretive bond between her and David to the alleged financial transactions benefiting her family, the story of Celeste Rivas is a harrowing example of betrayal, secrecy, and exploitation that continues to captivate and horrify those following the case, leaving a lingering sense of disbelief at how much darkness could unfold behind closed doors. Now that you've heard the shocking details of Celeste Rivas' story, it's time to ask yourself some hard questions. How could a young girl's life be treated like a transaction? How could people who were supposed to protect her choose money and secrecy over her safety? The more you think about it, the more chilling it gets. This isn't just a story to scroll past. It's a wake-up call about accountability, the power of influence, and the consequences of turning a blind eye. What would you do if you were in her shoes? Or if you knew someone close to you was being exploited? Think about the ripple effect of silence and inaction, and how easily tragedy can be ignored when wealth or fame enters the picture. The world needs to hear voices like yours demanding justice, raising awareness, and holding those responsible accountable. Share your thoughts in the comments, speak up about what you think went wrong, and let people know that stories like this cannot be swept under the rug. Hit that like button if you want more deep dives into shocking cases, subscribe to stay updated on unfolding investigations, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest explosive revelations. This story isn't over, and neither is the conversation. Your voice matters.